All right, y'all, gather round. I've got a story to tell, one I've been hesitant to share for years, but it's about time I let it out. This is the story of the time I came face to face with what I believe was a chupacabra. It happened about 5 years ago, late one summer night. I was staying on my cousin's ranch down in southern Texas. You know the type. Big open fields, a few scattered trees, and livestock as far as the eye could see. That night, the air was thick and still, the kind of heat that makes you sweat just standing still. Around midnight, I was out checking the fencing. One of the calves had gone missing earlier that week, and my cousin asked me to keep an eye out for anything unusual. I had my flashlight, a sturdy pair of boots, and my old hunting knife, just in case. Now, about halfway through my walk, I started hearing this strange noise. It wasn't like anything I'd heard before, a low guttural growl, almost like a mix between a dog's snarl and a wild hog's grunt. I froze, listening. The sound seemed to come from just beyond the tree line. Against my better judgment, I decided to investigate. As I approached, the smell hit me first. It was foul, like rotting meat mixed with something sulfuric. Then my flashlight caught a pair of glowing red eyes staring back at me from the darkness. My heart was pounding, but I couldn't look away. And then I saw it. The creature stepped into the beam of my flashlight, and let me tell you, it was unlike anything I've ever seen before. It was about the size of a small dog, maybe 3 feet tall, but its frame was unnaturally lean. Its skin was greyish and leathery, stretched tight over its bones. Patches of fur were missing, and where the skin showed, it looked almost scaly. The head was the most disturbing part. It had a long snout like a coyote, but the mouth, oh man, the mouth was filled with jagged, uneven teeth that seemed too big for its jaws. Its ears were large and pointed, twitching as if it was picking up on sounds I couldn't hear. And its eyes, those glowing red eyes, felt like they were staring straight into my soul. Its legs were thin but muscular, ending in clawed feet that left deep impressions in the dirt. Along its back were these spiny ridges, almost like a row of bony protrusions. It moved with this eerie, jerking motion, like it wasn't fully used to its own body. I stood there, paralyzed, as it sniffed the air, its nostrils flaring. Then it let out this chilling screech, a high-pitched, wailing sound that made my blood run cold. That was enough to snap me out of my trance. I turned and ran as fast as I could back to the house, not stopping until I was safely inside. When I told my cousin what I'd seen, he just shook his head and said, "You've met the chupacabra, my friend." He said others in the area had spotted it too, but no one had ever gotten close enough for a good look. Some people thought it was just a mangy coyote or a sick dog, but after what I saw, I'm telling you, it was something else entirely. The next morning, we found tracks near the tree line where I'd seen it. They were deep and clawed, unlike anything a coyote or dog would leave. We even found one of the missing calves, or what was left of it. Its body was drained of blood, and there were puncture marks on its neck, just like the stories say. Since that night, I haven't seen the creature again, but I still think about it whenever I'm out in the dark. Call me crazy if you want, but I know what I saw. It was real, and it was terrifying. So there you have it, folks. That's my story. If you've ever encountered something strange in the night, let me know in the comments. Maybe we're not as alone as we think out here in the wild. Until next time, stay safe and keep your flashlights handy.